Another week has come and gone, and here we are again joining Nick Benson in our Latham from the Field interview on this Wednesday afternoon. Hey, Nick, thanks for stopping by today.
Yeah, thanks for having me this afternoon, Liz.
Many things are taking place, including rain that is falling and continuing to fall in our area. Nick, what are these cooler temperatures and all this rain doing for our farmers and the planting season this year?
Yeah, we kind of had a pretty big gap there, didn't we, Liz, last week when we had our remote there, and we had a nice break, and now, guys really got started running again yesterday, and I don't know if the rain we got this morning isn't going to shut us down very long. It looks like we're going to really be rolling along nicely, and as far as the cold weather, Liz, it's cold, but at least we're not in North Dakota or out west. It's not snow.
That is true. I've heard that they've got some good amounts of snow, and I was thankful that, we didn't get that this time.
Yeah, and when we watched the foreign soil temperatures, even during some of these cold snaps, really never got below 50 degrees again, although it does lead to some yellowing corn, some slower early growth. I've really seen no long-term damage out there. Just pause the plant a little bit. It doesn't like it. It doesn't look good, but I would suggest by the end of this week, things are going to start turning around, and they'll really start going in the right direction. But once again, luckily the soil temperatures didn't get back below 50. Now, there's always exceptions. Certainly this year will be the same. There's always a field here or there where we run into some questions about replant, and we'll be able to discuss that, I think, now, Liz.
All right. Well, let's get to that while we're talking about replanting. Nick, what are you thinking? Are our guys going to be evaluating this week, and where are they at? Where do they stand with the replant?
Definitely now is the time to get out there. We had that really big push 2 weeks ago on corn planting where we got just, the vast majority of our corn in the ground. So most of the corn is actually up now. So now is the time to get out there, drive through your fields, get out there, check your stand establishment, see what you have. And then we need to consider, if we do have some stand loss due to, it could be a few different things. It could be, possibly some mechanical issues during planting where maybe we had it set too low or too high. Could possibly be some pests, black cutworm, seed cord maggot, or just because of some weather conditions that caused it. So get out there, look at the stand, and see if it's worthy of replanting.
And you really do need to evaluate the entire field, not just a hit or miss part of it, correct?
It's not a hard and fast number when it goes to replanting, and so I really recommend calling your seed rep or your agronomist or myself and getting out there. We can't just look at the graph and say, well, it was planted on May 10th, so we have this percentage, basically 100% yield potential. Well, today is going to be May, let's say 23rd by this weekend, so we lose 10%. So therefore, replant. We've got to consider uniformity of stands. We have to consider varieties available, what chemicals were put down, how are we going to terminate that crop, can we terminate that crop, is there going to be issues with herbicide resistance. A lot of different things to consider, kind of a multi-tiered decision, and then, make the decision and move forward as fast as we can, because every day from now on out, we do start losing yield potential, especially in corn.
And the one thing I like, Nick, is that you said that our farmers can give you a call if they're needing input or needing, another ear to bend other than the corn, but another ear to bend to see what they should be doing or some suggestions for their farm. And of course, to get in touch with you, it's 319-415-2312, 319-415-2312. 1-2 to get a hold of Nick Benson. And Nick, you're always so helpful for not just your farmers, but all of the farmers that are listening. They enjoy getting your expertise and like I said, another ear or another source for suggestions.
Yeah, that's one nice thing about agronomists or a seed rep like myself is that not that we're better at this than the farmer. Obviously, the farmer's been doing this. They know what's going on. However, we do get to see a lot of different scenarios from a lot of different management options, and then those decisions you make, you get to see them worked out throughout the growing season and say that was a good choice or a bad choice. Certainly experience is the best teacher, and unfortunately, the more we're in this game, the more experience we have with replant decisions and whether or not we made the right one or not. And like I said, Liz, it's not something you could look up. You can't Google it and say, boom, this is what we do. It is a life experience thing, taking all these factors and come out with a recommendation.
Just goes to show you there was life and experience before Google knew it all.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Well, and of course, our farmers can always catch a recap of our interview each and every Wednesday. We do the interview, but you guys put it on your blog, and that's thefieldposition.com. And not only do we put your interview there, Nick, interviews from others in our area are up to maybe give another piece of advice.
Yeah, and it's fun. This, right now this time of the year, like I said, we have some people up north central Minnesota where they had 21 degrees. I believe it was Tuesday morning. And we have some people out in western South Dakota where they had snow. And so every region's different. It is kind of fun to see what's going on out there.
And again, you can find that on thefieldposition.com. Well, Nick, before I let you go, anything else you want to add for our farmers this week?
No, I think you nailed it with looking at the field position to get up-to-date crop reports. And if there is any scenarios out there, certainly you can give me a call at 319-415-2312. And that should do it for this beautiful Wednesday.
Sounds great. We'll look forward to catching up with you next week.
All right, thanks a lot, Liz.